This video is about the topic constructing a frequency distribution and a histogram. Both a frequency distribution and a histogram are ways that show us our data and tell us how many times something occurred. A frequency distribution is going to be a table, and a histogram is going to be a picture version, more of a chart. But they are going to give us the similar information. Let's look at an example. Ms. Morgan gave her students a biology test last week. Here are the test scores for each of her 18 students. And we'll look at this chart and we see all of the test scores. Part A says, complete the grouped frequency distribution for this data. So what we're going to do here is it's saying we want to know the frequency, which means how many students. How many students had the score from 66 to 71? How many were 72 to 77, 78 to 83, and 84 to 89? Will you then use this frequency distribution to build our histogram? Okay. All right, so let's get started. 66 to 71, let's see how many fall into that. I see 1, 2, 3. I think I only see 3. So we would put a 3 right here. 72 to 77, we'll put those in a different color. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 from 72 to 77. 78 to 83. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in that group. 78 to 83. Oh, 9. We missed that one. There are 9 in that group. And 84 to 89 is just those leftover, the 2 that we have. And it's always a good check to make sure all of your numbers add up to your total. We have 18 total students, and so let's make sure that our frequencies add up to 18. 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 9 is 16, plus 2 is 18. So that's good. We can feel pretty certain that we have them all listed. All right. Now we want to construct a histogram for the data. And this is where we're basically building a chart version of the table we just made. All right, from 66 to 71, that's our first class. The class is the range, if you want to think, of test scores. There are 3 of those, so we will draw a rectangle that goes up to 3. And you can color it in too. 72 to 77, we have 4 of those. So our rectangle will go up to 4 on the frequency. 78 to 83 was 9, so we'll go up to 9. And color that in. And 84 to 89 had 2, so we'll go up to 2. There we go. There's our histogram. All right, let's do another example. 15 cyclists were asked the number of miles they biked last week, and here are their responses. Let's again make the frequency distribution and the histogram. All right, we'll start with that smallest number of miles, 1 to 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that answered 1 to 5. 6 to 10, we have 1, 2. Looks like we only have 2 in that category of 6 to 10. 11 to 15, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in that category, in that class. And then on our last class, 16 to 20, we see that there are 2 left. So there are 2 for that. And let's do a quick check and make sure that all of the numbers in our frequency distribution add up to our total. We had 15 cyclists, so we should have 15 as our sum. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 4 is 13, plus 2 is 15. This does sum to 15, so we can feel pretty good about it. So now let's make our histogram. So how many are in the class 1 to 5? We had 7 in that class, so we draw a rectangle up to 7 and color it in if we want to. 6 to 10 had 2. So we will color in 2 for there. The class 11 to 15 had 4, so we'll color into a height of 4. And lastly, 16 to 20 had 2, so we'll color in a height of 2. And there we go. That's how we can build a frequency distribution and a histogram if we are given some data.